Rita with Everything Homemade, and I'm going to show you how to dehydrate celery and how to store it. First, I would like to mention is that I'm also an author. I love writing clean action romance, so if this is the genre that you like, you can definitely check out Heart's Cry and Heart's Courage. There will be a trailer right here, and click on it. Check it out. I also have a short story in Little Bits, and I also have an inspirational article in Handy Tips for Homeschooling Parents. So all the links are in the description box below. So let's get started. Celery makes the perfect flavor in stocks. It's easy in stews, in soups. But when you got a lot of it, I find dehydrating celery to be the perfect option so you can use it whenever you want it. And you can see here I've got a tray that is already done. So what I'm going to do is Ocean, she's going to be demonstrating as I am filming. We're going to chop up a whole bunch of celery and we're going to dehydrate it. And if you remember, a little while ago, I showed you how to dehydrate carrots. And what I want to do now is mix the celery and carrots that are dried together. So when I am in the middle of winter, when I'm cooking up a soup, I just take a handful of wonderfully dried ingredients, throw it in the soup, and I have instantly flavoring. Plus, I have wonderful carrots and celery in my soup. So let's get started. Hey Ocean, are you ready to give them a demonstration?
Yes.
Excellent. So we have some celery here, and we like to make this really simple. You can either take each celery stalk off, or you can do it all together. And we're going to show you how to do it all together because it's really simple and easy. So Ocean, what should they do first?
Cut off the ends and take any wilted leaves off.
That's right. So you can see here on the ends, they're not looking that nice. They're kind of dried out. And we just take about 1 centimeter off the ends. So that's what she's going to do here. Wonderful. Okay, and just hold on, Ocean. So we do have a bowl here that we're discarding the ends. If you have cows, sheep, goats, pigs, they love celery. Okay, so let's continue. So the other thing is when she is chopping, you don't want to chop them too big. Just like you would do for soups. And a little bit of the leaves is no problem. Leaves make excellent flavoring in soups and stews as well. So when you got quite a bit on your cutting board, she's going to stop here and she's going to put them on the trays. Now we have dehydrated trays over here, and the key to celery is really you got to make sure you got a mesh underneath. You see this here? We got this mesh, otherwise the celery will fall through the holes if you don't. And what's nice about dehydrating celery, just like carrots, is you can pack your trays. So for example, this one here, I can really, pack it together. It'll shrink quite a bit, but it won't affect the drying. So unlike pears or apples or bananas where you want it singly down and touching each other but not overlapping, you can get away with doing a messy tray looking like this and have no problem. So that's a real time saver. Okay, so when we get down to the end there, you want to show them, Ocean? This part here naturally is usually a little more bitter. And what we like to do is just discard this. So we put it into our discard bowl. One, because my critters go crazy over it, and I know it's not a waste. And we have the wonderful part that we like to eat right on our trays. Wonderful. So we're going to continue to chop up the celery. We are looking at filling up the rest of our trays. Then we'll take our trays and put them on the dehydrator. So once you've got your trays on your dehydrator, you want to set it at 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that's what I like to have it when I am doing celery. Celery has a really high content, so I find 135 Fahrenheit, or you see there 58 Celsius. I'm on the fruit and veggie setting. I'm also using the American Harvest Snack Master Dehydrator. And once you do that, it'll take you 36 hours to get them completely dry. Now, it's always amazing to see how much things shrink. And you saw just before how packed these trays were. Well, they're finished. And take a look. Isn't that crazy how much they shrunk? Now, the yellowish parts there were just the center leaves of the celery that are usually a little bit more on the yellow color, but we retained really good coloration. And you hear that? When I run my hand over them, you can hear the crispness, the dryness of it, and that's what you want. The other thing is you can see why it was so important to have this screen. Otherwise, because they shrink so much, they would have fell underneath to the next tray, then that tray would fall underneath and would just create a big mess. Look at the beautiful coloration, and they look gorgeous. They're all done. So now the big thing is storage, and I've said this a lot, but I'm going to repeat it again, that when you turn off your dehydrator, give it at least a couple hours of cool down. You want your dried food to be cooled down before you store it. Very, very important. The other thing is you want to store in an airtight container. You want to make sure that it can seal. So a screw lid, anything that snaps closed works perfectly. So all you do now is wait a few hours, let them cool down, take them off and store. These are really simple. You can see I would just have a big bowl, pour all my trays into it, and then transfer to container. You can see there's no sticking. Really, really easy to do. And I hope you really, really enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.